Today, I want to cover some huge news regarding ICP, the Internet Computer. And this news has broken within the past 24 hours and has came straight from the horse's mouth himself. We're, of course, talking about Dominic Williams, and we're talking about another world first in AI enabled by a distributed ledger. Now, we are moving towards a very dystopian world if we do not find ways to regulate and actually democratize AI. Because if we continue on the current trajectory that we are on, where we see big tech companies essentially own everybody's data, own the infrastructure, and be the key enablers and pioneers in AI and users of it, that means that these companies become as powerful as any one government and essentially have dominion and the power to directly affect human consciousness and push whatever agenda it is that they may want. They have your data. They have your facial recognition. The AI model that we're going to be looking at that's being facilitated by a ICP smart contract is in regards to facial recognition. Some of you may be booing this. It's coming whether you like it or not. I'm not a big fan of security. I'm a big fan of security surveillance. But what do you think they're doing when you upload a picture to Facebook, Instagram, when you're sending your little snaps or whatever? They're taking your face and they will use that against you. Just like Reddit, for example, sold a hell of a lot of their data. I can't remember who it was to without my recognition. This is what Web3 is all about. It's all about taking that power back. And with AI, it is of the utmost importance that we do that. And there's an irony in regards to the cryptocurrency space that ICP addresses. Right now, the vast majority of cryptocurrencies out there still leverage traditional Web2 infrastructure that is solely owned by literally 3 or 4 companies. They own the lion's share, whether that be storing your little NFTs or whether that be running your validator. And I run validators for blockchains, by the way, and use Web2 nodes. We also have our own clouds and things like that we've set up. But a lot of blockchains still use Web2 infrastructure. That enables an area of vulnerability. When we're talking about things like AI, you don't want that vulnerability, because if someone can hack AI that has a kind of dominion or a power over an aspect of the world, that's an issue. And this is the concept of blockchain singularity that Dominic Williams spoke about, where because they address the ironic nature of introducing issues with Web 2 in the blockchain space, they do it from the ground up with their own hardware. So from the ground up, there's no crossover into Web 2. Whereas with the vast majority, and thus the technocrats, with the vast majority of distributed ledgers out there, they utilize some sort of Web 2 service. Like I say, whether that be cloud computing, so on and so forth. ICP doesn't do that. And the fact that they're now enabling, and this news is huge, AI solely, and we've seen 2 demonstrations thus far, both with image recognition. Now we're looking at facial recognition. Some of you are doing that. I know, guys. I'm not for that. I don't want to live in a world where they know every single thing about everyone, and they ultimately use that to harvest and manipulate people. I don't want that. This is why we need blockchains, to give that power back, so people can own their data, so they can opt in and out, so they can control the AI systems in a decentralized, democratized way, rather than a techno kind of feudalistic way that we currently have it. ICP is pioneering this. I love this blockchain, guys. It's a deep in play in regards to decentralized physical infrastructure. It's an AI play. It's a smart contract layer 1 play. It's a payments play. It's a security play in regards to, if you look at the hacks that happen around the world, if you built the same systems and databases on something like ICP, you would eradicate the possibilities, because these blockchains are supposed to be immutable, right, in regards to those hacks and those data leaks taking place. The world just needs to wake up, and it will, because it's an obvious choice. So we're hyping people up so massively on ICP. What we're going to be doing, this video is going to be in 2 parts. We're going to be looking at the recent announcement. Then we're going to be going over to a Vanek report, where they believe that crypto and AI, that industry specifically, that crossing over, is going to be, on a bull case, about $8 trillion by 2030. And we'll look at their opening statement in regards to why. It's amazing to me how distributed ledgers have literally appeared and found themselves at the convergence of so many industries out there. Finance, identity, payments, AI, smart contracts, law, supply. Everything is going to use a distributed ledger. And you guys are lucky enough, those of you that aren't crying on every little pullback, to be speculators on this space before it's even been allowed to come on. So that's going to be the first half of the video, talking about AI and ICP, and then we're going to look at some price action. We've given our $200 ICP price prediction. We believe it's still happening. We're going to be showing you, and we looked recently at the fact that ICP was pulling back. Great buying opportunity. In my opinion, not financial advice. Don't buy ICP. How about that? Because there's always someone out there that wants to blame somebody for something they've done. We're not fussed whether you buy ICP or not, guys. I own ICP. We're totally transparent about that because I think it's going to do well, and we have a $200 price prediction. Doesn't mean it's going to get there. That's just where we believe it's going to get there based on technically what we're looking at. We're going to show you lots of examples of what ICP is currently doing with other charts that we've looked at the exact same thing for that have all gone on to higher ground, and we'll show you again and we'll reiterate how we get that $200 ICP price prediction. But again, don't buy ICP, guys. Don't do it. You know, if you're not willing to take responsibility for you making the decision to do that and blame it on somebody else, don't do it. So without further ado, let's dive into it and let's kick things off with a video of Dominic Williams talking about the new integration of AI that ICP has just enabled. It is facial recognition. Again, I'd much rather that we had a decentralized protocol doing this than a centralized entity that is going to use it against you, will use it against you, because they've taken all your digital rights as it is. Let's dive into this and then let's get into the Vanek report.
Hello everyone. Today, I'm incredibly excited and proud to announce that the Cyclotron AI enablement milestone has been successfully completed. Without further ado, let's take a look at what this makes possible. Today, we're going to look at facial recognition using a fully decentralized smart contract running on the internet computer blockchain. So currently, the smart contract hasn't got any faces in its database, so let's check it doesn't recognize me. So the smart contract successfully created a bounding box, and now it's searching the database. And as we'd expect, it says unknown person. So let's go back and add me. I'm going to use a totally bog standard publicity shot, and going to want my name. Okay, drawn the bounding box and now processing my face and adding it to what's known as a vector database. So it's added me to the smart contract. Let's go back and see if it recognizes me this time. Drawn the bounding blocks, and it's basically searching for me in a vector database, and any kind of match below 1, any distance below 1 would be a fantastic match, and it's come back with 0.55, which is a high certainty match. So that's working fantastically well. And you can see I didn't even have a chance to finish speaking. It was so quick. So the next milestone that's important for AI will actually migrate the internet computer from 32-bit WASM to 64-bit WASM, which will make more memory available in smart contracts for holding AI model parameters, which will move us in the direction of large language models, which is where we're going. The next AI-specific milestone is Gyrotron. Gyrotron will add GPU optimization to the internet computer network, though no providers can start adding GPUs. We're dealing with some pretty challenging technical problems by default. GPUs are non-deterministic, so we need to make them work in a deterministic way so they can be integrated into the blockchain. Generally speaking, we believe that blockchain is the future everything stack and has absolutely no limits. That's where we're going. Stay with us. Thank you for watching.
Just unmute myself there. Wow. Very, very interesting. We also believe that blockchain is the everything stack because it has so many crossovers into everything. Let's not waste any time, guys, because I'm taking up quite a bit of your time now. So this is Vanek crypto AI revenue prediction by 2030. Let's just read this little takeaway here. There is a significant chance that public blockchains are the key to unlocking the widespread adoption of artificial intelligence, and the AI applications will be crypto's raison d'etre. It's got to be French, right? This is because crypto provides important foundational elements AI needs, such as transparency, immutability, clear defined ownership properties, and an adversarial testing environment. We believe these properties will prove instrumental in allowing AI to reach its full potential. Based upon estimates of AI growth, we assert the base case of AI-focused crypto projects to collect $10 billion in annual revenue by 2030. Remember, you multiply that significantly. In this piece, we will speculate on the crypto's roles in facilitating the adoption of AI and the value that crypto will derive from AI businesses. It talks about a number of things. So in regards to total market caps, in billions of dollars, this is 2,093 billion, which is 2.9 trillion in the bear case by 2030. 5.8 thousand billion, so 5,851 billion is 5.8 trillion. In the base case or the bull case is $8.4 trillion. Very much what I think is going to happen. And they mentioned something really interesting there in regards to blockchains being immutable. A lot of blockchains have these Web 2 elements which make them not immutable. We looked at this concept of blockchain singularity that Dominic Williams sort of spoke about in a very long tweet. We actually read the whole tweet out, I think, once, because it was such a good one. It really sort of helps people understand just how important this technology is, not just ICP, but the broader space. ICP, I think, is really, in the next years, certainly the potential for what it could do with AI and solve a lot of the problems that were just highlighted there by Vanek. You know, that's huge. And they're one of the few doing it. So we did also mention that we were going to talk about some price azione, and that's what we're going to do, guys. So let's dive over to our ICP chart, nice and clean. We were looking at a double bottom, and there was a bullish divergence on this. Let's go ahead and close that down. Let's go ahead and open the RSI. And we had this double bottom. We then had a breaking of this double bottom on a significantly elevated volume, which is what you want to see. Then we had an attempt to get to our first target. So we gave ICP, I think it was $6.50. It got all the way up to $20. So really good run that it had, but it's given back a lot of that in regards to all of it, basically in regards to where it's gone. But this is very textbook. Break, retest. Once we hit this $24 mark, we want some sort of a right shoulder to form. And that could potentially see us, and let's move this out of the way now because it's kind of, it's not going to happen over here. We want some sort of a right shoulder to form, and then we want to see some sort of continuation pattern in the form of an inverse head and shoulders play out. It can be very sort of subtle. That's going to take us potentially to $200. Just to show you a few examples of breaks and retests after accumulation. This is HubSpot, which is a stock that did very well for us. You can see this was its kind of a perfectly made target, by the way. You get a break on volume. You get that retest. Everyone gets shaken out, rather volatile. Crypto is going to magnify that volatility significantly before it goes on and makes target. Spotify, another great example for us. There was an inverse head and shoulders here that made this target here. Break, retest, continuation. Coinbase was a stock that we were getting in the $30, $40 range. Break, retest, continuation. And this is a small crypto stock that we're looking at, that we're kind of, one I discuss in my Patreons quite heavily. I won't give you the ultimate target for this, but again, break, retest, continuation, break on volume. So ICP has done the first things that it needs to. We now just need to see the strength come in and ultimately that journey to $200 take place. Now, just because I have a price prediction for $200 that I'm getting technically doesn't mean it's a guarantee by any stretch of the imagination. Technical analysis is not a silver bullet. What it's doing is increasing your probabilities of being right. And I'll take a chart over fundamentals any day of the week. So that's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. This is huge. Share this video around. Let me know what you think. Also, if you're an ICP fan and you want to go and get me on Twitter, @RealAllinCrypto. We've got a website, we've got a Patreon. Get on board, guys, and be careful for scammers out there, as always. That is it from me, guys. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. If you enjoyed the content, like, appreciate it, so as a comment, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you in the next.